I believe that feeling afraid is perfectly natural. In fact, I believe it's our body's response to alerting us of danger and helping us to prepare for that. The reason why I talk about fear is I am seeing more fear than I've ever seen in 15 years in the marketplace. And I don't want to say it's for no reason, because that's devaluing the emotion of fear. And I think fear is a valuable emotion. But let me put this into perspective for you. Number one, there's fear in every market. Okay, there's fear in a seller's market, there's fear in a buyer's market, and I believe there's fear even in a neutral market. I think there's fear in any large financial decision. But talking about perspective, let's rewind the clock about 2, maybe 3 years to when the housing market was moving 200 miles an hour and people were paying $50,000, $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 over list price, waiving inspections, waiving appraisals, paying the gap between what the contract said and what the house appraised at, and buying a very expensive product, a house, with very little information around that, okay? Why was there less fear in that market than there is right now? I don't know the answer. I think because everyone was doing it. And right now, coming off of, I use that miles per hour example, a housing market that was going 250 miles an hour, and now we're still traveling over the speed limit, but we're substantially slower. So I think there may be a little bit of fear from perspective, but what I wanted to do with this video is to help people better understand, one, that fear is okay, but it's what you do with that fear. Understanding data when it comes to making a large financial decision like buying a home. A home is a place where you are going to live. It's a place where you're going to make memories. It's a place where you're going to gather with friends and family members. And so I think a lot of the fear is coming from it being an investment, focusing on the money aspect of it. And that's important, obviously. But if we're going to talk about the money aspect of it, let's talk about the fact that you can buy a home right now with being in, having, as a buyer, having the ability to negotiate, to not have to pay $100,000 over ask price. In fact, a lot of our clients are paying at list price or below and getting seller concessions to pay for 2-1 buy downs to lower your interest rate and your payment or cover your closing costs. So I think it's really important to understand that from a financial side of it. This is, in my opinion, in 15 years in the mortgage industry, one of the best times that I've ever seen available to purchase a home, okay? In hindsight being 2020, I think 2012 and 2013 would have been the last best time to buy. We've got the Fed and we've got the government saying that low interest rates are on the way. You've got an opportunity right now to buy a house on your terms with inspections and appraisal contingencies. So fear is healthy. Fear is important to the process, but please understand 2 things. Fear has always been there in any market. Don't let that cloud your vision. Don't let that cloud your decision-making process, because I think with a lack of data and a lack of advice that you can get from a professional like me, you should be very fearful. But when you understand the data and you understand the markets, I think you're going to be able to overcome that fear. I want you to reach out to me if you have any questions, whether you're thinking about buying a month from now or a year from now. I think understanding data and understanding the markets is super important, and I'd love to be that resource for you or someone that you know.